Bro, chat, you will not believe the news I've just seen. I'm about to go bath, just getting ready to take off my clothes, bruh. Bro, 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 you don't understand how happy I am, bro. Look at this. Yes, yes. Chelsea Football Club has today parted company with head coach Liam Rosenior. On behalf of everyone at Chelsea FC, we would like to place on record our gratitude to Liam and his staff for all their efforts during their time with the club. Liam has always conducted himself with the highest integrity and professionalism. This has not been a decision the club has taken lightly. However, recent results and performances have fallen below necessary standards. With still so much to play for this season, everyone at Chelsea and success in the future. I don't wish him success. He was being bums. Callum Mc Farlane will take charge of the team as interim head coach until the end of the season, with support of existing club backroom staff, as we strive to achieve European qualification and progress in the FA Cup. As the club works to bring stability to the head coach position, we'll undertake a process of self-reflection to make the right long-term appointment. Now, if I come and look at the comments, this is good, but their main thing is still blue cool out. Okay, I'm going to go and bath, but this is just my initial first-time reaction. Me seeing this, but I'm so happy, but especially after this loss yesterday, but this 3-0 loss yesterday, I'm so happy, bruh. God is good, bruh. God is good. But this is not the real problem. The real problem is blue cool, okay? And I want you guys to know something, okay? On Friday, yes, on Friday, if we come to channel dashboard, okay, we come to my channel, né? What you are going to see here is upcoming streams live in 43 hours. I will be saying blue cool out 10,000 times so that they sell shirts. Although it's good Rosenior is gone, we need blue cool gone as well. They are the big problem. They are the number one problem at this club. This is just my initial reaction. I'm gonna talk more about it once I, go and all that, the one football articles which I normally read and analyze. I'm gonna do that after the game, after I bath. But bro, I'm so happy, bro. Ooh. God is good, but God is too good. It's my night just got better, but that will only get better if Man City can destroy Burnley and go top of the table, bruh. I'm telling you. Let it all work out. Let it all work out. Let it all work out. I don't know how the song goes, but yeah, I've just bathed and I've had some time to, cool down from the terrific news that Liam Rosenior has been sacked by Chelsea Football Club. I'm so happy, bruh. Remember, Friday, 2:30, we will be here saying blue coat out 10,000 times so that they sell Chelsea. We got some more football news. Hold up. I'm gonna sign in real quick. Don't click off the video. But yeah, I'm so happy. Rosenior is gone. Just 3 months. Head Chelsea. And he's gone. Bruh, you don't know how happy I am, bruh. This guy put me through so much mental torment, bruh. No more men will be aged at Chelsea Football Club. No more Legos will be built at Chelsea Football Club. No more hands will be washed. Actually, no, hands should still be washed because of hygiene and shit like that, No more roles will be seniored. No more of these funny quotes, bro. I've been getting cooked left, right, and center every single day. Don't remember the last time my team won a Premier League match. I don't remember the last time my team scored a goal. Yeah, so we are signed in now. Hold up. Yeah, okay. So we got it ready now. Liam Rosenior sacked by Chelsea after just 3 months in charge. Chelsea have sacked Liam Rosenior as head coach following Tuesday's defeat to Brighton. It follows a run of 5 Premier League defeats in a row, thus scoring in 7 defeats in the last 8 games in all comps. Callum Mc Farlane will now be in charge, will be interim in charge until the end of the season. On behalf of everyone at Chelsea FC, we would like to place. I think I read this already. Yeah, I read this. This is the Chelsea one. So yeah, Rosinia is gone. They have 10 reasons why Chelsea have sacked Liam Rosinia. Aura. What does this mean? Chelsea have sacked Liam Rosinia after 106 days at the helm on the back of their West League run for well over a century. Here are 10 reasons why he became latest Blue Co victim. A nice guy with no aura. That is true. He has zero aura. Like, fuck does the things he says sometimes, bro. Like, they're so crazy. He talks a good game if you like that sort of thing. And we can absolutely see why some players were taken with his charm and personality. But when results don't follow, the seize the day friend first, boss second shtick is in danger of becoming very irritating very quickly and exposed for the high performance, middle management, big city recruitment from firm Tosh appeared I can't read this shit. A recent report from The Athletic claimed senior players damned Rosenior with faint praise by declaring him a nice guy who's created a nice environment. And while we do want to get to this is Chelsea Football Club we're talking about here and descend into Roy Keaneism, Roy Keaneisms about the problems of being best mates with everyone. It sounds more like Rosenior is a proprietor of the Marbella Beach Bar than the manager of an elite football club. I don't know what Marbella Beach Bar is. Should I Google it? Let me Google it. Marbella Beach Bar. Oh my god. Yeah. Rosenior looks, acts, and sounds like a guy who's read a couple of books on football management and is putting his own spin on things, or someone who's been created in a manager breeding trial before being disregarded as an outlier way too outlandish for public consumption. Yes. You know, when you're trying to get a job, I'm not trying to get a job, but like, I'd imagine like you try to act like you know something just because you read the book, but you've never been in the game for that long, bruh. He thinks like taking Strasbourg to 7th and to Conference League is good, bruh. Nah. The players saw through him after claiming he lacks the aura of Enzo Maresca or Mauricio Pochettino. Almost every player slumped, just as much as every Chelsea player improved to varying degrees under Maresca. Almost all suffered a downturn under Rosenior, maybe except João Pedro. He's the only one who didn't suffer. Maresca saw it that the price tags of Moise Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez were no longer worthy of mention. The former was touted as the best midfielder of his type in world football under his stewardship. Marco Correa was similarly heralded for having been a figure of fun. That is true. People used to say Caicedo was the best midfielder in the world, defensive midfielder in the world. And under Maresca, it's like he almost was the best defensive mid in the world. You could see it. You could even understand like he was putting in man of the match performances. Without him, Chelsea were different. Levi Cole came on hugely last season. Trevor Chalobah was brought seamlessly back into the fold. He was getting a tune out of Pedro Neto. Which is very, very incredible, bro. Because, like, you know Pedro Neto's ass, bro. He's literally just Portuguese subject 49, bro. He proved others wrong by turning Reece James into an excellent central midfielder. And his injury was stopped, which they only started coming back because they wanted to get him more playtime, even when he knew it wasn't right for him. The board, the physios, they just wanted to control him. That's how he ended up leaving in the first place because, yeah, he wasn't about that. And no manager with balls would be about that, you know. None of those players looked as good under Rosenior. The outlier was João Pedro, like I said, who excelled through his form though his form has also dipped significantly in recent weeks. We accept the. Am I gonna read all of this? I. We accept the difficulty in arriving mid-season with games coming thick and fast, and like with many of the reasons to send Rodna packing at the very least wasn't all on him. The buck stops at Bluco, but Chelsea have also staggeringly successful through sacking managers in the middle of a campaign in the past, notably 2012 and 2021. They had two Champions League winning seasons under Roberto Di Matteo and Thomas Tuchel. We ended up sacking Lampard and Villas-Boas in those respective seasons, hired new managers and won the UCL. But it wasn't sacking managers who were bad. What we did back then was sack managers who were bad for managers who were good, not sacking managers who are good for yes men who will do everything you say and zip it. This just shows that Bluco, who is a club who just wants a yes man, even if you come as a yes man, if you are as bad as Liam Rosenior, you will be gone. Like, let's just tell you how bad Rosenior is, bro. For you to come to Chelsea and for you to be a puppet and still get sacked, nah. The International Break Rebellion. He sectioned Enzo Fernandez for crossing the line by declaring his love for the city of Madrid. Yeah, and giving the middle finger to Chelsea in the form as we'll see when asked about his future at the club. You know, that was terrible of Enzo Fernandez. He's imagine that's a vice captain. Now that James injured, he's our main captain, and we can't be having him saying such things. The attitude of players since suggests they weren't all keen on putting his foot down. It's certainly odd that Mark Cucurella didn't join Fernandez on the naughty step for far more critical comments about the club that pay his wages, and the wider issue was the evident lack of respect they felt in order to break ranks in such way. Like, Cucurella actually called out Bluco and he said I moved back to Barcelona. Would it be hard to say no to, but he didn't get punished, which is crazy. It's like, it's almost as if like punish both of them or punish none of them. But like there's other ways you can punish them, bro. Like you don't have to like, suspend them for 2 games. There's the Port Vale game. It was not necessary. We didn't need Enzo. But in the Man City game, as much as I said I'd want us to lose for Arsenal, he could have helped. The last time he played Man City, he ended up scoring the goal that got us a point. He's a clutch player, even though not worth the 100 million price tag. Not one bit. Again, he's too nice. They wouldn't have thought of such descent under Maresca and risk one of his withering looks. Tuchel would have ripped them to shreds. Even the prospect of disappointing club legend Frank Lampard would have been too much to bear. Yes, Maresca, Tuchel and Frank Lampard, no one would have came out and said this. You saw what happened to Lukaku when he came out and talked to when this guy was the manager, Thomas Tuchel. They fell out. He was gone. Where has he been since? He went on to stink up the Champions League final and stink up the World Cup for Belgium. Eden Hazard's last World Cup, Belgium could have gone to the round of 16. He had 4 clear-cut open goal chances and he missed all of them. Lumkaka, in the Champions League final, he was Man City's best player. He was playing for Inter Milan and he was City's best player, bro. I swear down. Josh Achampong. Chelsea's inability or lack of will to make the most out of their outstanding academy remains one of the biggest bugbears of a fan base shared to wonderful potential, which more often than not sees other teams reap their rewards. This is true. McGahey at Man City, Jamal Musiala and Olise, Bayern. Kylian Mbappe once tried at Chelsea. He's now one of the best strikers in Europe. Mason Mount, Declan Rice, all gone to rival clubs. Josh Achampong is about to be the next. Watch him become world class at a team like, I don't know, like somewhere else, bruh. Like I can see him being like world class at like, I don't know, like a Liverpool or like a Man City, bruh. The academy transfer failings have been brought into stark focus while McGahey starts for Man City, just like I said, en route to a domestic treble, okay? Because they're favorites to win the league and the FA Cup. as Rosena tries to spectacularly fails to find a centre-back pairing worthy of playing for Chelsea. And what did the club do with the 18 million of the poor Gay profit? Whatever it was, definitely wasn't put to good enough use to make it worth denying the club 10 plus years of a world-class defender. That is true. We sold Gay for 18 million. Like 10 plus years of a good centre-back of his quality. You know, he won the FA Cup and the Community Shield with Crystal Palace. Imagine what he'd win at a team like Chelsea. The academy, Maresca, yeah, like I was saying, sorry for that little pause. Imagine what Gay would have accomplished if he was at Chelsea, bruh. Like, we have Fofana, bro. Imagine if we had Chaluba, bruh, and Gehi, two people who know each other, who were at the academy. We would have been way more defensively solid. Madagascar struggled with his defense too after making plain the need for a new centre back following the injury of Levi Cole at the eve of the season. Yes, that is true. But at least the Italian recognized the opportunity that death granted to nurture Achampong's talent, which is true. He wanted a centre back, but for some reason the board just didn't want to give him one. Like, bro. The 19-year-old started 6 games under Maresca this season and just 1 under Rosenior, who inexplicably stuck with Jorel Hato and Wesley Fofana. Although Hato has been good, Fofana hasn't, as his preferred duo against Manchester United after 3 consecutive defeats. After consecutive 3-0 defeats to Everton and Man U. Excuse me. I made a report suggesting Achampong is growing frustrated at a lack of game time. You can bet your life that Blue Coal bite the hands of the 25+ million offers in the summer. Of course, that's what they want, pure profit. He's hoping Callum Mc Farlane, who ended him a start against Man City, gives him plenty of opportunity to shine in what remains of the campaign. Hasn't won anything. Something that Bluco clearly should have considered before making his laughable appointment. Presumably a factor in sending him packing. Of course, everyone has to start somewhere, and obviously every manager hadn't won anything at some stage in their careers. But Chelsea were hanging their head on a guy who has no previous association with the football club, whose achievements to date are missing out on the championship playoffs as a Hull City boss and taking steps to a conference league. When we appointed Jose Mourinho, he was a European champion. When we appointed Carlo Ancelotti, European champion. Thomas Tuchel, European finalist. And he was a League One champion. We are known for appointing big name managers who win big name trophies. Conte dominated Serie A with Juventus. What did Rosenior do? Dominating Lego bricks, bro. Aging men like me. I have facial hair now. Like, that's how much I've aged as a man. And I'm 16, bro. Like, he's aging me too. It had been enduring this shock run under a manager with titles or a title under their belt. Then they would have had hope to cling to. But getting a team in Ligue 1 to play some quite good football with the aid of some hugely talented Chelsea cast-off simply isn't enough of a carrot. Yes, we send our bums, well, not really bums, but players who weren't that good at Chelsea. I mean, players who were good, but are not that good now, for example, Ben Chilwell, And yeah, even Maresca had won promotion with Leicester, championship. He won the championship. Leicester just got relegated to Ligue 1, bruh. Low-key, this could be us if we're not careful. Player exodus. Cole Palmer says his mind has been put at ease after speaking to the owners and through Reece James signing a long-term contract, but he made no fewer than 4 references to signing players in need this summer. In his 304-word vow to stick it out at Chelsea, and even a guy with the brains of a sweet pudding can't hold any hope out of that. The next, I think this is a dig at Palmer being dumb. Probably is. So I'm gonna read all of this off camera. Should I? I mean, I guess I can make the video longer. I'm just gonna keep reading, bruh. The next load of promising, inexperienced players will arrive. Maybe try, but probably flop, and they'll be back to square one again. Rosenior had nothing to do with the child rearing policy, of course. But if Palmer, João Pedro, Caicedo, and other top Chelsea players don't believe in their teammates' ability to drag them up to the next level, they need optimism for the future. Some evidence of Chelsea remaining a serious club from a tangible source, and the look on their faces after the defeat to Brighton suggests they didn't see Rosenio as the man to offer that reassurance. Frank Lampard revisionism. We don't mean to be disparaging of Lampard, and we are delighted he's back in the game and proving many doubters wrong at commentary. But the revisionism we've had with regard to his first Chelsea spell in recent weeks has been damning indictment of what's currently going on at Stamford Bridge. Yes, he led Chelsea back into the Champions League and to an FA Cup final by bringing through academy players after being denied new additions through a transfer ban. But that first season was seen as a par score best at best from almost everyone at the time, and an alarming lack of direction and no tech to speak of. His record in his second campaign saw him booted at all levels, seeing 10th in the Premier League. Tuchel came in, won the Champions League, and led Chelsea to fourth with the same group of players. Lampard wasn't a good Chelsea manager. He was just a better Chelsea manager than Rosenau, and almost all Chelsea managers have been. This is true. Lampard was better at Chelsea. Rosenau was way worse. The alternatives. Grass ain't always greener, but yeah, that is caring for the turf on the other side of Rosnia, like a favorite child, spreading fertilizer, raking away the moss, donning the spiky shoes to art the soil. I'm almost done, I guess we'll finish it. Banning his actual children from going on it and watching it grow from the back door with a piping hot mug of tea. It looks glorious. Chelsea would be far better off with at least the top 5 available managers, including the man they sacked 3 months ago. And there are any number of work-in alternatives Blue Coat should be chasing, while they still retain a modicum of respect as a football club. It won't be long before the likes of Sex Fabregas are turning their noses up at a doomed project. The alternative. Chelsea at their best were a bunch of pricks, and who better to nurture develop a young talent into a talented middle-aged priest and an unapologetic preacher. Bro, who's saying all this, bro? Man, nah, this is fucking bad public, bro. Why is he calling us pricks? Like, out of the top 10 available managers, Edin Terzic, Thomas Frank, we don't want them two there. Amorim, fuck no. Postecoglou, no. Sean Dyche, no. Maresca's only coming back if Blue are out, bro. I'm telling you. Zidane's not gonna come to Chelsea. Southgate, fuck Southgate. Xavi, Xabi Alonso, even people like Iraola, Cesc Fabregas, they're not gonna come to Chelsea when they see how bad of a project this is. No manager with balls who wants to build their legacy as a head coach, which I'm sure all those guys want to. The Zidanes of the world, the Xabi Alonsos, the Xavis, the Cesc Fabregases, the Enzo Marescas. That's why he left. He could have stuck it out for a few more days and earn an extra 14 million as compensation. But he left. We just have to hope that Callum Mc Farlane can take us to FA Cup glory and possibly a top 5 UCL finish. It's very unlikely. We won't be mad at him if he doesn't. That's been me reading a whole script. I'm gonna talk about something now. As much as it's good Rosenio has gone, as much as all we've talked, things won't truly change at Chelsea unless the big boys at top go. Unless Blue Co goes out. Protest needs to keep coming. On Friday I will be saying Blue Co out 10,000 times. Probably gonna take some hours, but I'm gonna try and do my part to help these guys leave my club. They're running us like Brighton. They think it's glorified football manager. They just wanna buy players and sell them for profit. If you wanna do that, start a business, sell books, sell clothes. This ideology shouldn't be anywhere near football. It's not a good ideology. It's a very bad one. It's haram. I want Bedarik Bali out of my team. I want Blue Co out, Clear Lake, whatever it is. Like, even Todd Bowley wasn't like this, bro. When he still had like much charge over Chelsea. He was signing players. He made signings which at the time made sense. Koulibaly, when we brought him in, was one of the best players, centre backs, in the world. Top 10, maybe bottom 5 of the top 10. Raheem Sterling, off the back of winning another Premier League with Man City. Like, Aubameyang Of course, he was bad, but like the players which he signed, of course, he let go of Tuchel, which was very bad. Probably because like Tuchel wanted defensive reinforcement, and he just wanted to buy Ronaldo. He just wanted to buy big players. He's an American. They call it soccer. He just wanted to, in his mind, buy what he thought was best. At least, even if he was bad at doing it, he had intentions of bringing success to the club, which is something Blueco don't have at all. That is why we need Blueco to go out. That is why we need Egbali out. All these men. I spilled water on myself. But that's gonna be me. That's what I have to say on this matter. Thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, and subscribing. Peace out. Sí.
Gracias, afición. Este es para vosotros. ¡Sí!